making a note here, huge success. It's hard to overstate my satisfaction.
You got me again.
I got you again.
I was trying to...
Oh, I did that one on purpose, too. Like how they're talking, I'm just going to start.
What's up?
What's up?
Yeah.
All right, Last of Us. What'd you think?
Oh, that's right. That's right.
The story, the graphics, the pacing, the mood, it was all really, really well done. Mm-hmm. I thought actually the action was a little clunky.
Yeah.
They promote stealth, but then when shit hits the fan, it gets chaotic, and that's where the bad gameplay, I think, shines.
Run for your life.
Yeah, and so, but overall, I liked it. I loved the ending.
Did you love the ending?
Yeah, I liked it. It was so good. Like, talk about,
I thought you guys were going to spoil it this week.
The greatest ending ever.
Okay, so you spend, 18 hours? Okay, no, you spend 9 hours. Like, the first half of the game, you don't want anything to do with this girl. So you get kind of conned into taking her to a lab facility for who knows why. Like, you want to get your guns back. They got stolen from you. And so you're like, fine, I don't really want to do it, but I'll fucking do it anyways. And so you start taking her, and then you find out that she's immune to this virus that's turning everybody into crazed lunatics.
And creatures.
So you're like, okay, she's important. I still don't fucking care. You get to the first hospital.
So you mean like the character himself doesn't care?
Yeah,
or
he doesn't care.
Okay.
He doesn't care.
To give a little,
he doesn't give a shit about
To give
her.
a little background story, since we're spoiling stuff, the beginning of the game is before the outbreak, and his daughter is shot and killed, and he's holding her as she dies.
During the outbreak.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so 20 years later... It's literally just about survival and weighing risks.
Oh, I didn't realize there was 20 years in between.
Yeah, there's 20 years in between. And all he's been doing is surviving.
Mm-hmm.
That's all he cares about
That's
is
actually
surviving.
That's actually a long time of survival.
Yeah, I mean, our hero's 50, 60 years old.
Yeah.
How many people would you say are still left? Do you know?
They're pretty vague on that.
Oh, yeah, they're pretty vague, but it's a pretty minuscule amount. I'd probably say...
The government bombed almost every big city.
Right.
To reduce... Well, the spread.
So how many people are in the States now?
360 million.
Is that it?
Yeah.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I'd probably say there's 1 million left.
Oh, okay, that's
more
more than
minuscule amount.
That's more than I was thinking.
Yeah.
Because in most zombie games, it's there's 10 people left in the whole world.
Oh, no.
Even though you go across country, you really only come in contact with maybe 500 different people.
Yeah. There's the government, who's ruthless as far as having rules and killing anyone that's infected. You have just the survivors trying to get by, what your character's kind of playing as, a traitor, scoundrel sort of. And then you have people trying to make a difference, fireflies and just civilians.
Or the people that started the whole fucking thing in the first place.
And then you have...
and they never ever mention that the entire game.
Then you have the hunters, and they're the humans who are survival of the fittest. They're going to kill other humans to survive. That means getting their supplies, and they kind of form bands, and you have to, avoid them, or they're chasing you and stuff.
So, anyways, in a nutshell, you spend half the game transporting this girl. You don't care anything about her. All you want to do is get your guns back that were given away. And then you start to kind of care for her a little bit, but you're still as soon as we get to wherever we need to go, I'm fucking dumping you. And then at the end, after you spent 18 hours with this girl, and you kind of think you might care for her, your character, Joel, might actually care for her. It gets to the point where you finally find an active hospital where they can extract a cure from her. And you're like, okay, here you go. And then you're like, well, wait a minute. Maybe I better not. Maybe I better go check on her. And you find out that the only way for them to get this cure from her is going to kill her.
Oh.
So then you're like, okay, well, do I save humanity? Or do I save this girl that I now all of a sudden love as my daughter? And I think I kind of skipped a couple points there.
Humanity?
Anyways, that's short and skinny of it.
Yeah.
So anyways, he decides, fuck humanity. I'm going to save her. And he kills everybody in the hospital.
Really?
And kidnaps her. And she wakes up and she's like, what happened? And he's like, well, it turns out there's 24 other people in the world like you, and they still can't get a cure from him. There's nothing we can do.
No, so he lies to her.
Except the imagery during this whole thing, like before you actually get to the hospital where the Firefly are going to get the cure from her, you actually get injured really bad, and like for a few months he's out and she's taking care of him. And that's when I think he really starts caring about her. She actually, and then she has her own little adventure and problems, and then he wakes up because she helped him, and then they meet up, he rescues her, and then I think that's when kind of the father-daughter connection's made, because she obviously cares about him and he sees that. And then the thing about the whole hospital instance with like, it's the world versus innocent life. Yeah. I mean, who can really measure life as far as that's concerned? You don't even know if they talk to her about it. But in any case, I mean, the way you're saying he kills everyone, it's brutal. Like he's a decent man, but he's not nice through the whole game. But we're talking the first guard that's like kind of leading him away. He takes his pistol, asks where the girl is, and he doesn't answer. Guts shots him, and he's like, "I don't have time for this." And then the guy's like just kind of mumbling. Gut shot him again, and then the guy tells him, and he's just shoots his head. Yeah. And then the leader of these Fireflies, these freedom fighters, when you're holding the girl, she's like, "No, you want to save humanity."
You're cradling her. You're holding her like a baby.
And as he, like you were saying, he's saying they have a dozen of other people are just like you and they still can't cure it. He's telling her this and she's listening, but then it cuts back to him holding her, and he just puts a bullet in the Firefly leader's just in her chest. Yeah. And then she's like, "Let me live," and he's just like, "No, you'll just come after us." Shoots her in the head.
Well, he's about survival at that point.
Then what's really cool is like, he's full on like father figure now, and he's taking her back to this safe area where he has family, and she's like, "For serious, I mean, did everything you tell me, was it true?" And like the camera's just kind of focusing on her face, and it just kind of focuses on the main guy's face, and he's like, "I swear," and then it just fades to black and you got the credits. Yeah, but it's just like, damn, it's like, it's one of those endings where he's like, that seems so bad, but it's not. I mean, there's no right choice. Right. It was good.
I read an article.
So what would you guys give the story? Would the story be the masterpiece they're talking about?
And the graphics, the area.
So everything, but just like some of the mechanics.
There's a few clunky areas, like some of the mechanics of the action scenes are a little clunky. Yeah, it's I have a hard, most third person shooters I have a hard time with. And it's the gameplay is pretty much the same as Uncharted. Okay. I mean, your whole setup, your scheme. I mean, one thing I don't like about a lot of third-person survival type games like that, like Uncharted and then The Last of Us, is the reticle. Is your gun reticle. They just give you a little circle. And I've never cared for that circle. I want a cross. I want
some sort of a crosshair.
Some sort of a crosshair, not just a little circle.
It might be, and I realize, I mean, I'm just spitballing here, but like, he's not a professional soldier by any means, and I'm just assuming maybe because he's not going to be as accurate, especially he has a pack on, he's crouched and going through whatever. Yeah. But in any case, it's a masterpiece as far as the story goes. Yeah, it's a
thought-provoking story. Yeah. Good. So, and I read an article.
So probably not as good as some said when it comes to the rating it got, and then not as bad as some other ones.
I wouldn't give it a perfect 10.
No, I wouldn't give it. And I didn't see anybody give it a perfect 10.
I think IGN did.
I think it was a 9.8 actually that IGN gave it.
Well, then didn't someone give him like a 7 point something?
I don't know.
I thought somebody gave him not
the 7.
I thought it was GameSpot. Somebody gave him not the score everyone was thinking that he should get. Like they're always like, "Oh, you're on Xbox's pocket," blah 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 blah. But which they probably are. But I don't know. That's good that it was it ended well then.
Yeah, I read an article last week. I don't remember if it was on Kotaku or IGN, but they were talking about the story and how different people. 10. IGN did give it a 10. Anyways, they were talking about different perspectives of that ending. And the main perspective that stuck with me was, if you have children, you'll understand that ending more than if you don't have children. You know, like, would I give up my daughter to save humanity?
Not to mention,
I would like to, with my brain, think that I would, but then with my heart, I don't know what I'd actually go with.
And not only that, but this guy's been living in this world for 20 years where
Right.
people are going to stab each other in the back for anything. The government's ruthless. So it's almost like, is this innocent life that is pretty much my daughter worth saving, you know, a world that's cruel and cold? I mean, probably not. I'm sure if he saw
But to be
children
honest-
running around and
Yeah, like there's multiple people running around, and there's a civilization worth saving.
yeah,
But it's-
rough. It's a rough decision.
But to be honest, I'm sure statistically she's gonna die in the next year anyways.
just-
So it's kind of like
when he's killing, the one part that got me is I didn't mind killing the soldiers in the last area. It's the doctors who are about to perform
Well,
surgery.
like,
And
I know.
they're like, no, don't. I mean, we can save humanity. And you're just like, I was kind of waiting to see if anything
I
happened.
was
I'm like,
too.
oh, okay, boom, and
Yeah.
then like you shoot the first doctor, and the other one, you monster.
I think the worst part about that is that how many doctors are left?
Right.
that can
like,
provide like,
is there like 2 dozen and you killed like 38% of them?
it's.
I think I killed one doctor, grabbed the girl, and ran.
Oh, I killed them all.
Did you kill them all? That's funny.
Of course.
At least
you
it gives you a choice.
No eyewitnesses.
Well, Tom's taking out his the road games you've been playing where they don't let you kill anyone out on these
Right.
doctors. You're hitman angst.
Yeah, I kind of feel bad knowing that you could have spared them now. Oh, I didn't have to kill the doctors?
I didn't know. I didn't know I didn't have to do that.
I spared the women. I only killed the man.
put one in her head.
So we totally
she
just
did
funny.
suffer.
I don't know if you realize this, but we totally did a cold opening right there.
Oh,
There was
yeah.
no introductions
No,
for
no
anyone.
introduction at
The
all.
show.
Who cares?
Nah.
If you
I
don't know
know.
who we are, you don't know who we are.
I know. It's just think it's. We
Yeah.
just started out. I was like, oh, we no more introductions
Yeah, I
this
didn't even
time.
think about it.
I did add something on here at the
Oh my
end.
god.
Although I probably didn't link it correctly.
Tom contributed.
Or, yeah, right
And he-
there.
Yep.
You just have to hit enter twice, and it'll make it a link.
Really?
Oh, well, you and your computer jargon.
Enter
Whatever.
twice, like where?
Just that.
Oh,
All you have to do is
that.
hit enter once, and it.
It's a link. All right.
All right. I guess we could start. This is something. This is your addition to the show.
Oh my. Okay, we're gonna my one addition to the show. And we were talking about
don't
this
think
last
I-
week.
I didn't read all this. I didn't have time.
I did. Oh,
Oh,
well,
I
that's
read
part of the
it.
reason why I
I
was
read
late.
every version of this article I
I
could
think
find.
the baby woke up or something when I was trying to read this.
So Kotaku reported on this last night, and then GameSpot swiftly followed, and IGN finally decided to come around to it today. But a analyst was it an analyst or it was a marketing rep, a marketing company that works with Walmart. Has a list of midnight launches that are going to happen over the next several months. And, on that list, they cover Madden and Grand Theft Auto and, all the major titles coming out. And then the PS4 they've got listed for November 15th. And all these are confirmed dates. And then they've got a Xbox One console release set for Friday, November 8th. It's the only one on the list that's not confirmed, which could leave
well,
a
it's
lot
not.
of speculation open.
It's probably not. It's not openly confirmed. Probably that would be a good day.
It would be a good day.
3 days after
3 days after Ghost,
which is what I
and a week
said was going to
before.
happen.
That's what I said it was going to happen.
You said it was going to happen the same day.
Oh, right, same day. I did say same day. But so you can leave it open to speculation whether or not it's just a shot in the dark that they're guessing it's going to happen on that day, or
Well,
that
I'm
Microsoft
sure
just hasn't
they know.
confirmed it. I would hope so. My money, everybody's going, when's Microsoft going to announce it? Are they just going to announce it some random moment via Twitter or Facebook? My money's on
Today.
PAX this weekend.
Is it PAX?
PAX is in PAX
I know
Prime.
it's PAX Prime Seattle. Okay.
PAX Prime Seattle's this weekend. With Microsoft's head being in Seattle,
Yeah, that would
it
make
makes
sense.
the most sense to me. And
Gamescom wasn't in. It was in
Germany.
So they, and since it's an American company based in Seattle area, mean,
Right.
That I agree with you. That makes sense.
It makes sense to me that it would be this weekend at PAX that they confirm a date.
God, I didn't realize they were doing another convention that fast. Because Cologne was last weekend, right?
Yeah.
Gamescom. That's a lot of stuff for a lot of those people to move.
Yeah, well,
It's pretty crazy.
PAX is more of a indie developer.
No, I know.
Type,
they have a lot
know.
of other stuff there. But they're still going to have the major...
They're still going to have some of the major studios. I went through the schedule trying to find any conference that like was headed by Microsoft, and I couldn't find one. But not a lot of the titles for the scheduled conferences made a lot of sense to me, so they were weird. A lot of them sounded like gameplay sessions, but anyway,
yeah, it's a lot of games that are there. Twitch will be there.
Right.
Like it's more for the smaller boys.
So
sometimes they'll have tournaments, like
they've got a bunch of tournaments.
StarCraft, League of Legends, probably.
So my money says that this weekend we will have a release date nailed down for the Xbox One. But and it was funny because right after we were talking about it last week, I went home and read an article, a very well thought out guesstimation on when they thought the Xbox One would be released, and they brought up some really good points. Last week at Gamescom, Microsoft announced all the games that would be available at launch for the Xbox One, all the launch titles. And one of those titles was Watch Dogs. Watch Dogs doesn't come out until the 19th.
Well, yeah.
So, and then you don't want to release the same day that PS4 is coming out. So your window there goes from, well, let's see.
Well,
yeah, PS4
they want to release
15th.
It's Xbox's MO to release before whatever else is coming out the same.
Even though they confirmed it as a launch title, a title available at launch.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but to be honest, was that before the PlayStation 2 launch? Or excuse me, 4. That
was only like
before
13 years ago.
Launch
Was confirmed.
Yeah.
Last week at Gamescom. Last weekend at Gamescom
is when they announced.
Or I'm sorry, like 3 days ago.
For the Watch Dogs?
Was when they... the Watch Dogs release date?
Yeah. They said it was going to be a release title. Wasn't that before?
That's another thing I was thinking is they could very easily bump that up a couple weeks.
Yeah, especially if they're just trying to beat out PlayStation by a week or a few days. I'd say that, that wouldn't be an issue. I'm sure they wouldn't have a problem releasing their system and games a few days earlier.
I also feel like, though, when I'm thinking of a launch title... I don't necessarily... I'm thinking the 2 weeks of the thing being released would be an okay window to release a game.
Yeah.
I mean, because it's pretty hard to...
I wouldn't be irate.
Have all of that stuff synced up to the day. That'd be hard.
I wouldn't.
It's a lot of games.
I wouldn't be irate if I didn't have Watch Dogs in my hand the day I got my Xbox One.
Yeah.
Well, to be honest, who has the money...
Besides,
for how many games are going to be coming out?
Right.
Well, you'd almost think it'd be in Watch Dogs' favor to wait a couple of weeks to all kind of
because it's not going to be. It's not. I'd say that Call of Duty, even Assassin's Creed, are probably above the Watch Dogs on lists of games
for highest selling game. Yeah.
Right. And you don't want to. I mean, you don't want to release your console like a couple days before Black Friday either. Which is at the very end of the month.
Well, yeah, the stores are just too crazy.
So, they're too crazy, and everybody's going to be spending their money on other stuff. Yeah. So, I mean, the first week of the month would really be ideal for Microsoft to release the Xbox One. But some definitely it's intriguing to see what's going to happen. But my money is on PAX Prime this weekend, getting a confirmed date from them.
You heard it here first. Probably not.
Probably not. And then. What did you put on here about Ghost?
Just the fact that there's going to be dedicated servers.
Yes, which we were talking about.
We already knew they were going to be on the console.
Titan. Yeah, we already knew that at least Titanfall was going to be using the Xbox One cloud.
Yeah, I think everything is.
Did you guys actually get a chance to read the article?
No.
It's kind of funny, actually.
I think I did.
It's they're talking about all these ideas, and then they're talking to the tech guys who are making all this stuff, and then they're like, we want this, and they're like, what? It doesn't exist yet, but
we're gonna give
okay.
We'll keep that in mind. And then then they eventually
came back and they're like, I guess
we got that in there.
Yeah, and in fact, I believe this is the article where they're talking about the connection issues. there's a few fans or gamers who were complaining about the connection, and these fans only lived a block apart. They're cousins or something.
What happened was whoever they went there as a provider was not based there. So like you would be like, hey, I'm in the UK, but where I get my service from is a French company.
Right.
So it says I'm from France. But my buddy has something else, and his says he's from the UK. So we would have a terrible connection to each other because my game was going all the way to France and back, and his was just staying there, staying locally.
Sure.
So they're basically fixing it to be not where you're located, but where your IP is located to you. That makes any sense. So like he would be playing with people that have the same connection as him would be the best connection for him, and it wouldn't sync him up with guys from the UK. It would sync him up with wherever his connection's coming from.
Right.
I think is what.
On dedicated service, he's having that problem.
No, this is before.
Okay,
There's complaints prior.
And
these,
trying to fix things.
These guys only lived like a few blocks away from each other, and they had these huge differences. And they said the tech guys said that this is one of the things that they looked at and
wanted to fix.
Yeah, and it was what kind of coding was it? Net coding, which they say is harder than rocket science. That's what they quote.
They quoted.
It's harder than rocket science, and so they actually worked on the net code, I guess, and that's one of the.
Well, it's going to be dedicated servers, but it's still going to be part of matchmatching. Like you're not going to be just logging into a server that you find that's best for you. It's still going to be finding the best thing for you. So it was still, it's going to be going off of the best direct line that you have to someone else, not necessarily where you're located at. Right. So, like for some weird reason, actually where we live, we have a really good connection to Chicago, but a terrible connection to like this LA. But I'm sure we're closer to LA than Chicago when it comes to actual distance.
Well, and actually, I had issues with my internet again last week, so I ended up calling another tech out. And he found that, or he knew, he didn't find it, figured out at my house, but apparently if I do a speed test, it's best for me to try to connect to a server in Washington, D.C. or New York.
Yeah, somewhere in
like Spokane that's, 2 hours away. And if I connect with them, I get my full 60 megs per second. But if I connect with, Spokane, I get 6.
Yeah.
Ridiculous.
Well,
so it's all in the quality of the server.
Well, that's always been the problem with American internet. That's why, in Europe, they don't have these issues, as much issues as we do with just our country is so big and our infrastructure is so poor because it's just been, it's everyone has their own little piecemeal thing of the entire country. So it's just kind of something we have to live with. But yeah, anyways, there's going to be dedicated servers.
Well, there was already how happy I am.
There was already going to be
there has been on PC for the last 3 titles.
No, just for this one is the only one that had matchmaking built in with dedicated servers. Modern Warfare 3 had dedicated servers, but it wasn't ranked. Black Ops 1 had dedicated servers, and it was ranked, but it wasn't in matchmaking. Matchmaking was still peer-to-peer. It was kind of a weird mess.
Interesting.
But see, the PC we have right now is still not the same thing. Right. It's still going to be significantly better for PC players. So, at least, but it's on the console too. Only on, obviously, Xbox. But PS3's kind of seems like they're getting shafted, or they didn't do something right with whatever the games are doing.
Yeah, I don't. They're going to have their own cloud system, but I think
eventually
it's going to be more for
information saving and stuff.
Save data.
Yeah.
Weird.
So.
What do we got here? Oh, I just saw this. Basically, it's NVIDIA, which they do this a lot. They work pretty hard to optimize their cards for PC, obviously, for specific game titles that are very popular. So it's basically just saying that they are working hard to have specific things that make the game look better that you can only get with NVIDIA.
But can they fix the fact that PC has to wait so many months for DLC?
I don't think they can fix that.
That's not something they can fix because Microsoft's paying millions of dollars to Activision to do that.
See, I always give jabs at you guys, so he's doing the jabs back. That's how this is supposed to work, and I love it.
I was trying to read this article the entire time you guys were talking, and all I could focus on was this camo.
All I can do,
That helm does look cool.
just so you know, it won't probably look
I think
that
he needs.
good on the 360.
I think he needs more
That's
shotgun
what- I
shells.
don't give a shit about the 360. I got an Xbox One on the way.
Yeah, dude.
Did I say 360? I meant Xbox One. I'm sorry.
It probably will look that
Well,
good.
I'm gonna rock that camo for
Kind of what they're saying in this article is it's still going to look better on the PC with the NVIDIA.
Oh, I don't doubt it.
And I don't know if those screen captures are from using the new technology, but
Oh,
I think that's from the 360.
I was gonna say
from the 360 version.
Yeah, the 360 version.
Yeah, of course. Oh, what was this?
This doesn't. I swear that. Oh, there. Grand Theft Auto 5 update.
I'm trying to remember what this one was.
It looked like just the PlayStation.
Oh, this was the guys that pre-ordered Grand Theft Auto 5 were able to get some spoiler information that they shouldn't have been able to get their hands on.
Maybe the video's not there anymore. Maybe they took it down.
Probably.
There was a video that showed. Go back to the docket. I wonder if it's in there. I don't remember where I put it.
I'd like to point out since
Which one did you click on? Did you click on the gangster one?
No, I clicked on this one.
Okay. The next one has
the gangster one, they took down the video.
Oh, did they take it out?
At least I'm pretty sure they took down the video. At least I didn't see one.
That's disappointing.
It's in German.
Yeah,
I know.
Well, I was wondering why you linked it. I'm like, I don't
understand it.
know.
No. Yeah, I couldn't read any of it. It was just it had a video.
Yeah, that's what I figured.
There was it was the only place I found it. Maybe I should have went. I didn't realize it wasn't there anymore. I guess they got forced to take it down.
Yeah.
Well, it was a YouTube video. I don't know if I could have actually downloaded it.
Right.
While we're on the subject, Grand Theft Auto Online is going to come with Grand Theft Auto 5.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we figured that.
Well,
We talked about it last week.
we
We
were kind of undecided.
We assumed it did,
so-
but we didn't know. Now we know.
We're uneducated. We suck at our job.
Educated. Yeah.
Well, I mean, come on. Most of this information is like somebody said a 3-liner on Twitter or something.
Right.
So it's like we don't have a lot to go with sometimes.
It's
we do the best
Basically,
we can.
the gangster was a video that would be in the game. I'm assuming for it was like storyline,
Right.
a pretty significant chunk of storyline,
Yeah.
and I'm not sure when it was where it was, but basically you could pre-order the game and then you had access to stuff you weren't supposed to, so
Right.
they ended up taking the pre-orders down.
Yeah.
So it's disappointing the video wasn't there, but
That's too bad.
you might be able to search for. I'm sure somebody saved it and put it on YouTube.
Yeah, maybe. I know that IGN took Rockstar's side on that, and they're like, anybody that discusses spoilers in the comments or anywhere on this website will be banned.
Really?
So, yeah.
Well,
So-
good thing that the
Like, if you
YouTube
know
doesn't
something,
care that
if
much.
you know something, keep your mouth shut.
Well, there's so many people I'm sure posting on YouTube that.
But what I mean is,
right.
you can only send out so many cease and desist to Randy that lives down the street here. Like, someone
Right.
that doesn't matter and isn't part of a big conglomerate corporation. Like, they don't care. It'll take forever to get to him anyways.
Yeah.
Right.
So maybe you can look on YouTube for it.
Maybe.
If
you want spoilers.
Yeah. Well, it wasn't. I don't know. I guess maybe when I play the game, I'll understand why it was a spoiler.
Oh,
This was something that I don't think the guy meant to say.
no, it was a typo.
Did it be a typo?
They confirmed today it will not be released on the PS4.
Really?
Like at all?
At all.
Really?
Will it be
It
released?
won't be on next gen consoles.
Oh, it was not going to be on either of them?
No.
Holy.
It's a typo.
Oh, I didn't realize that.
Yep. Neither is Arkham Origins. That's not going to be on next gen either.
Well, that just seems. Well, Grand Theft Auto, at least for a while, it's not going to be on next gen, right? Grand Theft Auto 5, it's not going to be on Xbox One, right?
No.
Yeah,
not
okay,
gonna
that's
be on
what I
next
thought,
gen
but it's not on. Okay, so it is. Okay, never mind. I was confused.
It was a typo.
Okay.
He
Gotcha.
meant to say PS3.
Okay.
It was a typo.
I guess now we know. And knowing is half the battle.
Especially.
Yeah, I did catch some articles about that today.
Okay.
So, yeah.
I bet people.
And that's, I guess that's it for the Grand Theft Auto news.
Yeah, I
But,
guess.
Yeah. I'm curious about this. I didn't.
Oh, they added a... Well, because you know how, like, there's other ways in certain games to, like, interact with the game without actually having players in it?
Right.
So they're basically going to add test maps to where you can go into this test map, hop into a chopper, and fly around.
That's good.
Oh, nice.
But not actually be in a game where you're affecting someone or...
just kind of check it out and
familiarize
yourself.
Yeah, so you can...
that way you're not crashing into the mountains.
Well, plus, I mean, I don't know if you've ever played Battlefield 4 enough to where, like, the choppers and the planes are not easy to use. It takes a little bit of finesse and some getting used to, especially if you're using them well.
Right.
So it's nice that they're adding this in because I think there's going to be more different vehicles. You know, like I'm sure they're going to have helicopters and stuff, but they're going to have more different types of helicopters that maybe fly differently. I don't know. I mean, you can do a lot of stuff with the next gen, so
there's no harm as far as, you know, like you said. I'm sure people hate it, but there's no other way. Noobs just jumping nice vehicles that they can use.
At the very beginning of the game.
No, that's
crashing
fantastic.
it.
Oh, you loaded faster than me, and you got into the chopper. We lose.
Like
awesome.
everybody else, I love flying jets, but I suck at flying jets in Battlefield. But I'm good in the choppers.
It would be nice to be able to practice, though.
Yeah, that's exciting.
And I don't know if they're going to add like fake people in there to try to shoot against, or objectives that you have to like.
I don't think it matters. Just if you could get comfortable with the
no, I know, but
itself.
you can only get so comfortable without actually doing, a real simulator thing. Like, hey, there's a guy here. I'm going to try to shoot him with the chopper, and not crash.
Yeah.
Because there's a big difference between just flying a chopper and flying a chopper.
Well, and like
with your head pointed down, shooting
with
people.
With the choppers too, it's also really irritating when you get a gunner in there with you. That
I may have been first. We had a bet who was going to ram the mic thing first.
Adam loses.
I think I lost.
That's funny. It's really irritating when I hop into a chopper and I'm flying around really well and I got a gunner that can't hit shit.
He's just terrible.
It pisses me off. I'm like, there's a guy right there. Shoot the fucker.
You have a minigun. What are you doing? Yeah. Anyway, so it should be good.
That's good.
So Elder Scrolls Online's like committing career suicide left and right.
Well, yeah, charging €9. Was that €9?
It's 15.
So 15 American
$15. That's
not unheard of. I mean, that's what WoW charges.
Yeah, they're also trying to talk Microsoft into giving up gold subscriptions to access Elder Scrolls Online. So basically, what they want is if you are paying your monthly subscription for Elder Scrolls and you want to play Elder Scrolls, you don't have to have Xbox Gold to do so.
Oh, yeah, so you're not paying $30 a month or whatever
so you're not
to play
basically
a game.
doubling your fee just to play that. I don't know. What do you guys think about that?
is it,
I've already got gold, so
most likely
gold is $50 a year still, right?
Roughly, yeah. I think that's
$50 or $60
$60 a year.
It really depends on if they're going to be using Microsoft's servers and that kind of stuff. Then no, you can't do that.
And to be completely honest, though, if they are just playing Elder Scrolls on a console, they're going to be playing it on PC. I mean, they aren't going to get a console just to play Elder Scrolls, and so in other words, they're going to have gold anyways.
Right.
So
that's what I was thinking. But if I've already got, I guess the question is if I've already got gold, am I willing to pay another $15 a month?
Are they going to go the other way around, where if you have gold, they're not going to charge you?
Well, there was talk
because then no one would pay because they all have gold.
There was talk a month or so ago that Microsoft might possibly just drop the subscription base period and just go with the free platform like Sony was for the PS3.
That sounds expensive. With this new technology, I can't see that happening.
I can't see it happening either. I think it'd be a mistake. I think that's where they make a lot of their revenue back because, I mean, every Xbox 360 sold costs Microsoft money. They lose money on every console they sell.
Oh, of course.
So they got to make some of that back somewhere.
I would rather there be a small fee for everyone to play, and maybe it would cut down on developer fees and just everything else.
Sure.
Kind of put everyone putting a little bit of money into a pot so that, I guess, for the greater good. I don't know. Yeah. It would seem weird that they would cancel it.
I don't think it makes a difference, honestly. If they don't get me wrong, I mean, people don't want to pay $15 a month, but what I mean is, as far as gold membership or not, when I read the article, it seemed like more people were questioning their decision based on the fact that most all MMOs besides WoW are going free to play.
Right.
But they said, what they're saying is they want to put out more content. They want stuff to be more stable. And to do that, they need
more money,
the revenue. Because I guess free-to-play games, most MMOs, you can play through them, and then it's in-game content, like trying to get into raids or stuff where you're starting to pay money. And they say they don't want that interruption to where you need to pay 100 credits to do something in the game. They said they don't want that. And
I didn't realize that's how they were working these days.
They think that microtransactions hurt kind of the flow of the games, and they are kind of perfectionists. Well, I use that word lightly because their games are buggy a lot. But you know what I mean.
Yeah.
As far as the questing and the gameplay goes, I can't wait for this.
Yeah. There was another thing I linked in there that
I love it when you guys do that. For everybody that's at home, can only see the one screen that shows the three of us, but we've got second screens over here so that we can preview what we're going to talk about next. And every time I put something up, you guys are like,
yeah.
you're just like, yeah,
But
I'm
they
so
can't
excited
see
about
it.
this and this thing about that, and like nobody knows what you're talking about.
Oh, I thought we had a little picture on the side.
I don't have it up yet. It's like, and see, that's the thing is you guys can't see what I've got previewed.
Yeah. So we don't know if you
So
put
like,
it up yet.
I bring it up so that we know what we're going to talk to about next, but I don't bring it up to the public until we start talking about it. So,
That's
anyways,
I can't. I honestly, I love Borderlands.
I do
so much.
too.
so
I'm glad they're making a third one. So
Well, yeah,
Gearbox Software teased a live action short film.
Yeah, short film.
Doesn't say live action, just a short film.
yeah,
I'm assuming it'll be done in game.
if that's a peak picture, that's
Yeah, it's
game
gonna be
graphics.
animated, right?
That's fine though, because that's half the fun. Their art.
that's Tiny Tina.
Huh?
That's Tiny Tina.
No.
Oh
Yeah, that's Tiny
she has a
Tina.
bag on her head.
Oh,
bag
oh,
on-
I didn't realize what that was.
I thought that was his
That's-
arm or something.
No, that's Tiny Tina. And
And his
is
little
that
bunnies.
Krieg?
No.
No, that's not Krieg.
No.
No, that looks like a Hyperion technician.
Sure.
They work for Jack.
And then
And the big
who else
guy,
would the big guy be?
I'd say that is
Probably the punchy guy. Or not the punchy guy,
It's either
the gunslinger.
it's either Brick or Krieg. I'd say the bolts on his the bolt off his shoulder there,
Yeah.
and it looks like he may be wearing a collar.
I don't know.
That's my guess, though.
Anyways, yeah, I'm excited for it.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah,
I added
love that they're doing
and-
more with Borderlands 2.
Yeah,
Well-
and all the. Oh, we'll talk about it later.
Well, there's going to be. I think there was another thing that I linked in there.
Yep.
I think it was the
The
next
DL
thing.
yeah,
Yeah, the
more
DLC.
DLC.
Which this is a lot more information than we had known before about what they were going to do, and it's pretty cool. It's kind of Diablo-ish with like the
Yeah, and
Power level, where you
they
can
are
increase
doing.
their
They're
level.
increasing the level September 3rd.
yep.
Yep.
That's pretty neat.
11 more levels.
And then they're going to do 3 smaller DLCs that are going to cost. I can't remember. It was
They're cheaper than
yeah, a
the
lot.
DLCs they've been
I
coming out
think they're
with.
going to be like $5 or something.
Well, that's not bad.
No, and
not bad
they
at all.
are. God, they're such a good company.
Basically, each level is going to be a small zone with one quest being the end guy, and then you're going along, but they're all going to be themed.
Right.
What's funny is they were talking about the Halloween. The first one's going to be Halloween, obviously.
Right.
And they really wanted. They started working on this last year for last year's Halloween, and then realized that they didn't have time because the game had just gotten released. And by the time, even if they'd sent it when they started working on it, it still wouldn't have gotten there through all the hoops they have to jump to
Right.
just to get it released. So they're like, I guess we have to put this on the back burner until next year, which they were kind of disappointed about, but because they do a really good job with the theme things.
Yeah, and not only that, but with the increase of level, they have the gear increase where you can get level 80 gear. You can, but you have to get max level.
I was reading something about Epic
because you're
Gear.
gonna need the gear. One of the DLCs is an elite, like a training ground, but you go into these different areas on this mountain and you fight like super powerful monsters. And from what it sounds like, the creators were saying that they're hoping the people are patient and realize you're gonna need strategy to take these on, because I mean, just based on that, that these things are gonna be
hard.
really, really hard.
What's really cool is you're going to be able to choose at some point. I think after you beat it the first time, you'll be able to choose how many levels you're increasing it, and then that's what gear drops. So you could do 2 levels higher than you, 5 levels higher than you, and then you could do up to the 9 levels, right? You're gonna be 71.
Yeah.
So yeah, and you can make them 80, so 9 levels higher than you.
Wow.
And just like any other game that you're fighting something that's a higher level than you, your crit chance is going to be lower, your damage is going to be lower. I mean, it's going to be.
It's going to even the playing field.
Well, they're really pushing for 4-player groups,
right.
Because right now there's certain stuff in the game where certain classes can solo everything. And I think they're trying to make it so you're forced to get 3 other people and get strategery
Using
with your stuff.
Well, using your ultimates or whatever.
Yeah, like having a siren to raise people up and
My
heal the
problem with
group
that
and-
is that nobody's playing it anymore. I was on last week trying to find a team to play with, and like nobody was online.
a lot of people. Maybe that game is more PC than
That could
console,
be.
because there's. I mean, I looked the other day or yesterday. It was like the 10th or 12th
And
most played game on Steam.
To
Really?
be completely honest, I think that this is a game more likely where you call your friends up and you play with them. You don't want to play with random stealing weapons because I mean that's kind of an issue. But to me, it's more, more local as far as multiplayer.
That makes sense. Throw a shout out on Twitter who wants to play Borderlands and send me an invite.
Yeah.
That does not work for me. I tried.
Doesn't work.
I'm not,
well, you don't have followers.
I'm not on Twitter.
I'm nobody. I have no active followers.
Tell Adam, and Adam will tell me. And
and you'll go out and buy an Xbox 360.
Actually, there is something that
I have on both. So
I was talking to Ben, the guy who was on the show when you were not here, and we're actually he was wanting to do a like a local Facebook page for older gamers that are more serious about it. Not like hardcore.
No,
but
I hear you.
And basically just sending out mass likes to people, or invite for likes to people, so maybe we can get a lot of people in the valley that play games on a one specific area that we can all talk. Because I mean, how many friends? You probably have more friends than I do on Steam, but I have like 8 friends on Steam just because you never
I don't have that many friends on Steam.
Yeah, no, you have like 6 friends on Steam and like 3 are active. So, I don't know how many local people you have friends on Xbox, but it would be nice to be able to play with local people. At least maybe you can control who you're playing with a little more, but, increase the thing. So, I'm not that it affects a lot of people that maybe watch the show.
I think
but
that's a good idea. I think that's a really good idea.
And then we could maybe do specific things, like, hey, who wants to play this game tonight, or who has time on Tuesday at this time? Because, we're adults now, so we only have... We have like a scheduled life.
Oh yeah, no, I play with quite a few guys from work, but like most of us play Call of Duty. So
yeah. Anyways, that might get started soon. So that might be nice for being able to hook up with people you might know that didn't play games that you didn't have.
So we just need to figure out when the managers of the GameStops are getting their systems. That way we can jump them.
Yeah, I know, right? Oh, they're getting them in Vegas though. They're going to get them at the...
I have family in
Vegas.
Yeah, we could, I mean, to be honest, it's not too hard to get down there from here. We're only...
Like, one reason...
12 hours away or something.
Probably the only reason I want to be a manager of a GameStop is because you get free games and free shit like this. But the pay fucking sucks.
Or you could just go to the next one and read that they're laying off Monday. They've laid off...
I know, they already shut down like 93
or shut down
stores or something.
Yeah, that's a... No... Yeah,
93 or something like that.
Which I looked up online. They have like 2,300 stores.
Right.
So it's not like it was a huge percentage. I mean, that's what, like 2 or 3% of their stores got shut down.
And
maybe more than that, 10%.
No,
2 or 3%.
A lot of people are saying, and it makes sense as far as it's because of the dry season during the summer. I mean, you've got no games coming out for 4 months, 3 months.
Yeah, but
whatever.
closing down. I guess it depends on what stores are shutting down. It wasn't very specific in the article. I mean, if there's 12 stores in Chicago and they shut down one for every major city, that's not that big of a deal.
No,
that's true.
It's just if they're shutting down like
the one in Moscow, that would suck,
they just opened it. So I hope not. That would be a terrible. Hey, we just opened this up. Let's waste $1 million.
And another thing, like they really need to think about where they're putting their location, because like GameStop in the mall in Moscow can't do a midnight release unless they know like they're going to sell at least 100 copies
because it costs money to be open,
because it costs money to keep the mall open. They've got to pay for the lights, they've got to pay for the energy, they've got to pay for the guards.
Well, and most of the GameStops are in Spokane. It's in the mall.
Yeah. Well, there's one in Spokane Valley that's in a little
brick and mortar building. Their own one
building. So I mean, that would be a wiser decision than put them in malls.
To be honest, I don't know if they care that much about midnight releases. Because those spaces are going to be significantly cheaper than having your own.
Yeah,
a lot cheaper. Yeah. That way you wouldn't be there if it wasn't.
Well, I mean,
it's a pre-established space. They don't have to build anything.
Outlet mall's like 10 times a better choice than an in-store mall.
So
that's true.
What do we got going on next?
Fuck, you're done talking about GameStop?
Yeah.
Moving along.
Bored.
Well, we just went over the 52 stores in the last 90 days. GameStop.
Just click on it. Half of it's not in English and half of it is.
I was wondering about that. I was like, what's with all these non-English?
Just the information is in English, which is all I care about. Just scroll down a little bit.
You were in Germany for a while. Tell us what it means.
Best console game, Sony PlayStation Destiny.
Why
Sony? That's going out on... That's not...
That's
a
on
Sony exclusive. That's not a PlayStation exclusive, is it?
No,
Destiny?
it's
I
not.
didn't think so.
It's on both consoles.
Best console game in
Well, yeah, but
Wii, Mario Kart 8.
But not both of them have the same kinds of. They might not be
True.
exclusive,
It's
but it
gonna
might
look
be the
better.
best game on.
It's going to look better on... Right, okay.
Yeah.
That's still lame. Best console game, Microsoft, Titanfall, of course.
Yep.
Best next-gen console, Titanfall, of course. Best action game, Destiny. I haven't even seen any gameplay.
I have.
Destiny looks good.
Does it?
It looks promising.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Best role-playing game, Elder Scrolls Online. That's kind of surprising.
I'm actually.
Why would you choose an MMO for a best role playing game?
Well, it is a massive online role playing game.
I was just gonna say.
but at the same time,
I know, I agree. You would
usually
choose
the
a real role-playing
RPG is
game.
the single player kind of
Yeah.
route. But
I don't know. I haven't played it, so I don't really know what the experience is like. If it's a multiplayer game,
I bet it's
but
like
it has a
MMO.
very.
or like every other MMO.
No, I know, but maybe the single player leveling aspect of it is so good that it's almost like it's its own RPG. I don't know.
Okay.
Wow.
I know that Final Fantasy, whatever the newest MMO, is getting more praise than the Elder Scrolls one. It seems like so.
Best hardware, PlayStation 4.
This intrigues me. Best online multiplayer game, Destiny.
I've seen some pretty interesting gameplay videos. Mind you, they're incredibly scripted, but
Well, they all are.
Yeah.
it looks like a lot of fun. And,
Really?
and they took a few pages from Borderlands too, as far as when they're looking at the stats of the guns. I realized in that game you can actually level up weapons and give it special abilities. But like they actually have the stats a little bit similar to Borderlands.
So it's just more information to the player.
Yeah,
Right.
There's that, but then they kind of, like I was saying, they did the extra mile. Certain weapons, as you level them, it gives it special abilities. Adds different kinds of damage or does
Faster reload or
well, it was a
stuff
little
like that?
more. It was a little more creative than that. It wasn't.
Oh, okay.
It wasn't like raw stats like accuracy and stuff like that. It was more like adds slow or stuff like that.
Okay.
Huh.
That's kind of cool. I mean,
Yeah.
it's nice to see them putting more effort into making the guns a little bit different sometimes. It gets a little monotonous if you're playing a game and nothing changes.
We can all thank Borderlands for that, folks.
Which is funny because when Borderlands first came out, I was like, I don't like shooters. I don't want to play a shooter that has multiple guns. It seems dumb. And then I played it, I'm like, this is the best game I've ever played. Mind you, of course, the first one
No,
was terrible.
well,
but other than that, it's a great game.
Yeah, Borderlands, you got different
The
guns
DLC
that had different abilities,
What?
but
DLC was good.
Yes.
Borderlands, you had different guns that had different abilities, but you didn't upgrade those guns.
It's true.
No,
The guns
you were
upgraded as you progressed. And if you want to talk about a game where you're upgrading your weapon itself,
But
you're doing that in Dead
be
Space.
fair, when you have a bazillion guns, you don't really need an upgrade system.
Well, to be honest, though, it's they kind of do have an upgrade system because there's certain gun combinations with certain things that can happen at multiple levels. So you can
Right.
get the same gun at a higher level. It's just obviously not. I
Right.
upgraded this with gold or something.
The way they had it upgraded, though, it was more of a tree as far as maybe two different routes, at least the video I saw.
Okay.
It's like boom, boom,
I gotcha.
boom, boom. It's not like you're necessarily improving the damage or the reload. I mean, maybe those are some of the stats.
You're adding special
but
effects
yeah.
to the guns.
Sure.
So kind of like a Dead Space-ish
Space.
type thing where there's a tree, but it's a little more
Yeah.
going on.
It's the only one I can think
Yeah,
of.
we'll see. It looks really good, though.
Anyways.
Good.
So,
It finally happened.
yeah, it happened yesterday.
Yep.
All your Microsoft points are
And
gone.
everyone else should follow. I'm looking at you, Riot.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Every game on the planet.
Yeah, do away. Just put like 199. Okay, boom.
Yeah.
Well, to be honest, though,
I don't want to
think-
buy points.
I think the reason why Riot has done it for so long and kept it is because I think sometimes people don't realize how much they're paying for stuff.
Right.
So, and I'm not saying they're being devious. I don't want to make it sound like that, but it's a good business model to get people to be a little too excited about something and not realize how much money they're spending every time.
Sure.
Which maybe that
like you think you're spending, you're spending 1,200 points.
To be honest,
you're spending about $12
know how much
you're spending 15.
Yeah, but if you're buying a skin or something, they're all about the same price unless they're legendary. So you know how much you're spending.
Not to mention, like, we can go that concept where you get overly excited and you're like, points, I don't see money.
Yeah.
But there's also the idea of convenience. It's like one click instead of I'm going to buy 2 of these point bundles.
Right, which is always
so group them together to make it as much points as I need for this specific item.
Yeah, I think it'd be faster and more efficient and less transactions where you can just
pay
this
for
thing
it.
costs $4.99.
Right.
Buy.
Yeah.
Instead of I agree.
Yeah, it'll be.
Yeah,
nice
I saw this and it kind of has an expansion recap. Diablo 3's expansion, of course, everyone knows was announced. Reaper of Souls.
At Gamescom, right? Or around that same time.
I don't know the exact date.
It was within the last couple of days.
Yeah. The new class is the Crusader, and they say it comes from the Paladin sect. Mm-hmm. If anyone's played Diablo 2, everyone knows of the Paladin. But these are apparently the elite of the Paladin.
Oh.
And I'm looking forward to the class just because I wanted to be a tanky class, and this is more of a tank support class. As far as they can do damage, what have you, but a lot of their stats are around wearing shields. They have special shields.
Yeah, it just kind of seemed like every single class in the game right now
is can be tanky-ish.
Well, they can be all be tanky, but it's all about as much damage as you can possibly do.
And but this guy, he when he has more armor, or I was looking at some of the talents, but he does more damage, stuff like that. He has a lot of auras similar to the Paladin that helps the group out.
So they're doing this character to promote group play.
I'd assume so. They announced they're announcing as far as how long at least the act is going to be. I don't know. They're adding some challenge modes, obviously, for better gear and elite creatures. But the act they say is about as long as the second act of Diablo 3.
Okay, which is pretty long.
Yeah.
They also somebody was being interviewed, and there will not be PvP, and there will not be ladder system. So
I'm not. I'd rather them concentrate on gameplay in a game like Diablo.
Yeah, except for the fact that one of the selling points for the first version was PvP. And ladders is a really easy thing.
That would. I mean, that'd be balancing. They already have a hard enough time with WoW and PvP. That'd be balancing literally
But when they were first originally talking about it, it was going to be as casual as you could possibly have a PvP experience with light ladders going on, and it was just going to be for fun, something else to do in the game.
Yeah. I guess.
And if nothing else, just add dueling.
What they're talking about.
Well, now welcome to my world when you're talking about Call of Duty, ass.
So basically, you've seen or played WoW, right? You understand. You understand that there's like capture the flag maps, and there's also arena where it's 3 versus 3 or 5 versus 5, or 2
for
or 1
PvP.
Versus,
I understand PvP.
So basically, at the launch,
I'm just saying in general. I have no idea. What
okay. Well, basically, they haven't released it yet. They were
giant. That's a huge patch.
They were. I know, but it was supposed to be out with the original game 2 years ago.
Has it been that long?
Or a year ago.
I was going to say a year. I think it's been a year.
A year ago. Over a year, but yeah.
I'd say over a year.
I mean, like a year and 3-4 months maybe. And then they're like, oh, we'll release it later. And then, oh, we wanted to do this, but it didn't work out, so we're just going to revisit it and probably do it for the expansion. No, we still can't do it. Basically, it was originally going to be very, very, very casual, where just you go in with some people and it's like a TDM type thing where you have, if you kill them a certain amount of times, the thing's over.
Right.
It was just going to be something extra fun to do. In Diablo 2, people still they built the characters, get the best gear they can, and they sit inside of a city, and with their game open, people come in and they go outside the town and they duel. That's like a big part of the game. That's like what most people do. That's all you have to do. Like, it's the extra stuff. So, and I don't see how it would be very hard to at least implement a dueling system.
An arena.
Well,
or a dueling system.
You join the same game, you go outside of the city, and you hit duel, and you fight to the death.
Right.
Like, I don't know. It's something people have wanted, the fans want, especially the ones that are hardcore, and they just won't deliver it. And it's frustrating that I understand. I enjoyed Diablo 3. Me and Aaron talked about it earlier today, where like I enjoyed the gameplay, the mechanics. It looked good.
Story.
Everything else, and if it wasn't the successor to Diablo 2, it wouldn't have the same hate that it has. Just because people wanted something else and have wanted it for a while, and they're just
not giving it.
Which
Especially
is fine,
for how long people waited.
yeah, I mean, there was gameplay for this game in 2007, like at like a BlizzCon or something. Like literally, you could play like through some of the first act. So it's a little frustrating. Are you going to get the expansion?
Yes,
Okay.
without a doubt. I enjoyed the game, and to be honest, people can be haters all they want because I hate on Blizzard a lot too. But Blizzard puts out quality products.
Yeah, I might. I don't know. It really depends on how good it is. If it's actually, if the storyline's as good as everything's as good as the first part of it, then I probably will.
They even actually.
Are you going to get it for your console?
No. Oh, I might. I don't. Is it going to be 60?
Probably.
Yeah.
Then no.
Well, sorry, I'll rephrase it.
We've got a comment on the Twitch TV.
Oh, who said something?
Reboot 111A. Who I have no idea who it is.
I don't know.
I probably should. Comments that it only took EVE Online 10 years to add a dual option.
I guess. Yeah, I didn't actually realize this. That
only 10 years.
That might be James Day. You know who that is?
Yeah.
Yeah. He was talking to me the other day about that game. I think it's him. I didn't actually realize that game came out before WoW.
Yeah, it's James.
Okay. It came out a year before WoW, which I did not know. I didn't think it'd been out for that long.
Yeah, no, it's been out. People still play it.
Oh yeah, no, it's got a huge player base still. He was saying that it's actually gone through graphical overhauls and stuff the whole time. Like it looks good.
Unlike WoW. I mean, the environments look good, but the models from 2000.
It's like the Final Fantasy models where certain things look really good, but they still have like board hands. They're like, all right, apparently there's too much math going on in the background to make the characters look better. I don't know what I think that's it, really.
Yeah, that's it. To wrap up the show, I wanted to talk about some review scores. We've actually had a handful of decent titles released the last couple weeks.
I hope you're not referring to Lost Planet 3, because Lost Planet 2 was terrible.
I hate
and I also
that
think
franchise.
Lost Planet 1 was terrible.
Lost Planet does something.
I hate that franchise.
Lost Planet almost does something similar to not Borderlands, but Fable in regard to like. In this story, guys, we've been listening to you. In this next game, the sequel,
it's gonna be really good.
Am I the only one that thinks Titanfall looks like a Lost Planet clone?
No. Titanfall's only PvP. It's not even a single player.
Well, that's not the point, though. I mean,
in Lost Planet,
you've got the mechs, you've got the jetpacks.
I didn't see anything on Lost Planet 3, but Lost Planet 1 and 2 are third person.
Yeah.
True. You got a good point there.
And not only that, we do have developers from Call of Duty, if I recall.
It's
Titanfall.
Okay,
or Titanfall.
Yeah.
The Call of Duty Modern Warfare creators that got fired from Activision Infinity Ward.
They left fired. They didn't like what was. It was.
Yeah, they're still going through the lawsuit. Aren't they?
I'm pretty sure it was like a mutual. We hate you too. We're gonna leave and do something else. Well, you can't do it with the same technology. Shit.
Right. And you need to pay us our bonuses of like $375 million. Anyways, they left.
I didn't realize that
left.
That's
huge.
a big price point there.
It's a big bonus that they got Jude out of. So anyways, they went to create Respawn.
I see.
Which is who's created
Titanfall. To be honest, I'm willing to put money down Titanfall's going to be a lot better than this Lost Planet series.
Yeah, no, it will be.
They helped develop one of the most popular online.
It's going to be solid. It's going to change.
No, the most popular. I think they Call of Duty.
Okay, sorry. I thought you were talking about Titan.
Oh no, yeah. They haven't even released a game yet. I just mean good.
I forgot to mention. I caught a tweet or an article today that at PAX, Microsoft will have a major announcement. They will be announcing a...
You just saw this?
No. Or I forgot to... I meant to talk about it when we were talking about possible release date. But they announced today that they will have a major announcement at PAX, and they will be announcing a previously unannounced title. That makes sense.
Yeah.
But it's supposed to be some big deal.
Maybe Halo?
No,
Halo's already announced.
Oh, never mind.
We've already got a
I was
teaser
thinking
clip.
of. Yeah, you're right.
But,
maybe they're gonna revisit the strategy Halo game.
The new
they're gonna revisit
Mass
the
Effect
RTS
game.
Yeah.
Oh, that could be.
That could be.
I think it's too soon, but that'd be cool if it was.
That could be.
Yeah.
That very well
man,
makes
they
sense.
need Jade Empire 2. Go.
I never played the first one.
That is amazing.
What kind of game is it? Is it a strategy game?
It's a BioWare
Oh, okay. So it's
game,
probably
and
good then.
it's good though. It was amazing. It got good reviews. It was on Xbox One though, and they never released anything else for it.
Okay.
I've seen the box art. The box art looks fun.
It's really good. No, speaking of game reviews, I did rent Saints Row.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, how was it? It got like a 7 on IGN.
That's not bad. That's not a bad or score
No,
for that
it's
style
not.
of game.
No, it's I can see the physics suck. The graphics are pretty subpar for where we're at. But I have to say the writing is actually really well done. I was laughing some parts. Yeah, it does what it does, and that's embrace the stupidity and funness that's in
it knows what kind of game it is.
Yeah,
So it got a 7.3.
And to be honest, it's so
not bad
ridiculous
at all.
at times where you're just like, it's like you're like, yeah, like the writing's so good. That's
good.
Yeah, no, and I haven't gotten super far, but gameplay's okay. A lot of it's over the top, just like a lot of the reviews you're seeing. But,
Yeah.
And Splinter Cell Blacklist got a 9.2.
meh.
God, dude, Ben wants me to get that game so bad, but I just don't have the money to buy it right now.
Ironside's
These are-
not doing
these
the
are-
voice, so I don't know why people are bothering.
Yeah,
But I actually
sad.
did read something on Reddit before we came over here that there's some issues with the online play. It's just I don't know what it is. I didn't get to read it
I
because
don't
I was
doubt it.
leaving. But
Actually, one of the negative things they said in the IGN review of Clancy was actually the voice acting falling.
just not as good.
It's
Yeah.
They say they don't feel the same way about excuse me, what's his name, Sam Fisher, as they
Sure,
did when
as they used
Ironside did
to.
it, and he said that a lot of the cutscenes, and these are the only small negative aspects that they put. A lot of the cutscenes and the characters look horrible, like not necessarily graphically, but the way they did the graphics, it just looks really awkward, like they don't look real. But this is obviously not gameplay issues, which the
Right.
games are based around, so
Right.
So Rayman got a 9.5.
Rayman got a 9.5.
Surprise,
It gets
So
me
is it
excited.
so is it worth getting?
I don't know. Like I said, I played the demo and I really enjoyed the demo, especially that music level.
Isn't it
Yeah.
a
Black Betty.
side-scroller
Yeah.
platformer?
Yeah, it's a platformer. It's a side-scroller platformer. I played the demo. It was really smooth. It was really responsive.
Oh, no.
It was fun.
It looks like a modern Donkey Kong
It's
to
a
me.
popular title.
a little bit.
But yeah, they gave it a 9.5. So I don't see myself going out and spending $60 on a casual
Rent it.
platformer. I
Rent
probably
it.
would rent it.
Yeah, that is the only problem with PC gaming, is that they haven't figured out a way to implement renting.
Right.
I really wish that they could. Somehow.
Yeah, that's what you get when you
Yeah.
get PC though.
Well, I mean, but they do it with. I mean, even if you're renting through like your DirecTV box and stuff like that, where you have you rent it for some amount of time, and once it's done, it like deletes itself.
Sure.
Like I know that's a little extreme for a game.
You'd have to limit it to hours.
Well, not even that. Just like you could rent it for a certain. Yeah. I mean,
You'd have to limit it to like 72 hours or. No, you
Of-
wouldn't even.
you mean of game
gameplay.
time?
It'd have to be like.
72 hours. Is
Yeah,
like,
that's a lot of game time. It'd have
Yeah.
to be like, I guess, probably 5 hours of
Well,
game time.
it could be like. Well, no, I mean,
Because you don't want
for
people
you to beat
you
the
don't
game.
want people renting your. Yeah, you don't want people paying $5.
What
and
they
then
should
beating
do
it
is
and-
do a certain amount of time, like 40 hours or a week.
Right.
or-
Okay. Sure. Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't even know if it's possible. I'm assuming there's people that are so good with computers that they could rent the game and then figure out a way to make it so it can't automatically delete itself, and then torrent it somehow. I'm sure that's what they're afraid of.
So Madden 25 got an 8.5, and I found this really humorous. The pros are improved physics, better running game, bigger franchise mode, and a cool tutorial, which is a really cool tutorial. And the con was a recycled presentation. They have like 800 hours of new commentary. It's completely new commentary from the last 3 years.
Are they talking about graphics?
No, they're talking about. Well, they could be talking about graphics, but when I think presentation, I think dialogue.
I'm
and-
thinking presentation.
banter between
the touchdown celebration, or
No, they're probably talking about stadium audience. The stadium audience is really cut and paste and flat, and everybody stands up and does this, and it doesn't look real at all. It's horrible.
It's no techno Super Bowl. I can tell you that much.
It's no techno Super Bowl.
Until Bo Jackson can run to the opposite end of the field and then run back, I'm not playing it.
I won't lie. Every time I see the audience, it takes me out of the game.
Really?
It does.
Okay. Well, maybe that's what they were talking about then.
That very well could be the recycled presentation. So.
Yeah, apocalypse.
New
first on Xbox Live, not on PC.
It came out today. I have not bought it yet, and this is gonna make me racial slur renege on my.
That's what I said in the first episode. I'm killing myself right now. I don't know if you noticed. I'm trying to strangle myself.
I said last week that when I got Madden that I probably wouldn't touch Call of Duty for a month.
Oh, what happened?
I forgot. I haven't touched Call of Duty at all today.
You forgot you
I
said
have not
that. So.
played a single minute of Call of Duty today.
But you forgot this gets released.
I forgot this came out today. If I would have remembered that this came out the same day as Madden, I would have never said that.
Well, I mean, we didn't actually bet on anything.
No, but
other than just the pride of me knowing that I won. I bested you with science.
Sulk in your glory, or bathe in your glory, or whatever. I'm gonna play the video because it looks really good. Actually, I don't really care about the map.
This is probably my favorite map of all the Call of Duty games. Oh.
All I know is the fag that's running around with the sniper rifle with the laser dot on it. Like, who does that?
It looks really cool.
It looks so badass.
Yeah, I'm not really excited for the map, so I'm excited for the zombies.
But didn't you hear the what's his face talk about how it's his favorite map ever?
Oh, he always says that. We talked about this last week.
I know, that's why I said it. Also, fuck that.
Yeah, the fucking shield with the duel. Yeah.
The shield looks cool.
I had some dude doing that to me today.
Was it awesome?
Yeah,
that reminds me.
He was in a corridor.
So I was watching the Gamescom presentation last week for Call of Duty Ghost, and they keep having Fwiz and another guy do live commentaries.
Yeah.
And they're obsessed with the intel that gets dropped on First Blood. You know, the briefcase. You've been watching the gameplay at all?
Just at the announcement.
So when you get the First Blood in Call of Duty Ghost, the guy that dies drops a briefcase.
Yeah, and you can do it.
And you go pick up that briefcase and you get a piece of intel, and you get an objective, and the objective will be something simple like kill 2 enemies, or kill an enemy while prone, or backstab somebody. Well, one of them, and if you complete your objective, it drops a care package.
Yeah.
Well, one of the objectives is called humiliation, and it's kill an enemy and then within 30 seconds teabag them.
That's actually pretty funny.
Yes.
The old humiliation is just in that game type.
Right.
Avenged Sevenfold.
Yes.
Who?
They got their own scuff controller now.
Avenged. They're not very popular. Don't worry about
not
it.
At all.
I don't listen to hip hop.
They don't have a.
I don't listen to that hip hop. Is this BioShock?
Or you mean is the Stargate? They've got
the little
stabs that shoot all robots.
That actually does look a lot better than most zombies.
Fun.
Because I do not like zombies almost at all.
You're just afraid of them.
No. The only reason I don't like it is because I hate something that when I die, I get reset to the beginning.
Like every game ever made.
What? Is it maybe on the NES? Where you have 3 lives and you start over. But no, I like to be able to get to a certain point in some sort of level or game type.
You'd like to save.
Well, yeah, I have a fucking kid.
Yeah.
There's no way I have time to do 95 levels of zombies.
God, I was playing with my nephew sent me an invite, and they wanted to play, him and his buddy wanted to play zombies, and I was like, yeah, sure. I got like half an hour before I got to go pick up my kid. I kind of figured they sucked, and they weren't half bad.
So you kept going?
So we kept going, and we're playing. I'm like sitting here watching my clock. I'm like, fuck, I gotta go get my kid like 5 minutes. And I'm like, all right, guys, I'm going to go lay in this corner. Don't let me die. I'll be back in like 10 minutes tops. Because we were doing really good. And I was in a fucking corner, so all they had to do was hang out, get a crawler, and fucking lead them around the map and go do shit. No, they let me fucking die. I was like, you guys are a bunch of fucking pricks. And then they like just fucking totally went, douchebag on me and just left me behind. And I was like, screw you guys, I'm out. I fucking quit. I was pissed.
Hopefully you were the host of the game.
No, I don't think
So
I was,
boot 'em
but
out.
it was
That'd be-
horrid. I had a horrible
Guess
connection.
what?
And fuck, it was bad. I was pissed.
Oh, just like, I'm the host. Guess
Yeah.
what? Dashboard.
Dashboard.
Well, I
So,
guess that's
all we got that's all we got on the docket.
All right. Well, I guess we can introduce ourselves now. Jeez.
I'm Johnny525.
Samson.
SC Samson.
Yeah, but I'm Samson.
Double A's.
I'm gonna change it to Samson.
Thomas.
Stop leaving the C out.
Samson.
Thompson.
Tom the Doubter.
No, it's Thomas.
Thomas.
I'm gonna change it to Thomas.
Did you get one now?
No, heck no.
Oh, I was gonna say.
Are you crazy?
I'm like all looking at the fucking.
We're lucky he has a Facebook.
Yeah. Twitch TV.
They're already there if they're watching
already
it.
there
But
if they're watching
yeah,
it.
YouTube.
James.
Just
Hi, James.
time spent poorly.
YouTube. Time spent poorly.
one word.
iTunes, Stitcher.
Everything. We're everywhere.
Timespentpoorly.com.
Yeah. Hanging from the balcony will be just this Thursday at 7:30.
7:30.
Movie review.
What are they talking about this week? Is it on the door?
No, I don't think they know yet.
Fuck, they should do
Oh,
that.
I know, but it's
Wait, yeah.
secret.
Oh, right.
What's the homework movie?
There's a few different Hallmark movies,
Is
but
it?
I believe.
No. For the first show.
Oh, for the first right. No, it's that tofu one. Or not tofu, sushi. Sorry,
Sushi.
all those Japanese words. No, it's a sushi. Yeah,
Oh,
no,
you're
it's
killing
but
me.
you know, there's a lot of good movies that came out. Well, movies, Kick-Ass 2, Elysium or whatever.
Yeah.
Boo.
Boo.
It looks like shit. I'm
Elysium?
sorry. Yes.
Did
it
you
looks
like?
terrible.
Did you not like District 9?
No, I didn't.
Oh,
Really? I love
a lot of
District
people
9.
love District
I
9.
didn't like District 9. No.
Well, you sound like you don't have any taste in movies.
Yeah. Keep playing games, jeez.
Yeah, I guess.
just-
Call of Duty. What do I expect from a Call of Duty fanboy, I guess? There wasn't enough machine guns. That's why Black Hawk Down's my favorite movie. Reminds me of Call of Duty.
Good times. All right. Well, we'll
Tears of the Sun.
we'll see you next week, folks.
I'm just gonna take this beating and go.
See you, folks.
I'm making a note here, huge success. It's hard to overstate my satisfaction. Aperture science. We do what we must because we can. For the good of all of us, except the ones who are dead. But there's no sense